Welcome everyone to the Barrhead and District Forum interviews for the 2021 municipal elections. The Barrhead Chamber of Commerce, Barrhead Leader, and Barrhead Public Library thanks you for your time today. Today we're joined by Steve Bablitz, candidate for the Town of Barrhead Council. Before we get started, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little about why you're seeking election?
My name is Steve Bablitz. I chose to run because I had a lot of people actually approach me and saying you should run for council because we need new blood. And I hemmed and hawed about it, discussed it with my wife, and we decided that, yeah, this would be the thing to do. Plus, Dad's been doing it for years, and I'm still involved in a lot of other things. So, yeah.
As the world shifts to larger companies and organizations allowing flexible work-from-home arrangements, currently and in the years ahead, many urban residents are looking to move to rural areas to work both remotely and enjoy rural living. How would you market the Barrhead community to surrounding areas and cities?
I hate to say this, but our internet in Barrhead is brutal. And if you're going to work for a company, I know because I worked for the federal government for census, and it was brutal at times trying to get anything from Ottawa to me because the internet is just constantly a problem in Barrhead. I don't know what we can do. If we can try and spice it up, get better, maybe fiber optic or something, I don't know. But I mean, I know my internet's piggybacking on a Shaw system, and half the time it doesn't work properly. So. But that doesn't probably answer the question. The question that I would say is, yes, we have to get more people involved. I think making Barrhead a more safe place to live for families. And I'm not saying that as in law enforcement or something, but just for comfortable and just feeling safe when they're at home. You don't have to worry about people banging on your door and things like that.
One often looks to leave their legacy when entering public service. What do you hope to be a part of your legacy as a town councillor?
I think basically I'd like to know that I made a difference. Make Barrhead a little bit of a better place to live, both socially and economically. We need to, if we can try and make things work, I know with the age of cutbacks and everything from the governments in all levels, it's getting harder and harder for small towns to try and lure people in without, robbing the bank, for lack of a better word, and being more creative with what money we have. And again, I go back to volunteerism. Barrhead needs people to help because we just can't afford to pay people to do things anymore. So the more we can get people involved, I think the better the community will be. And you get that kind of community spirit back when you're involved in various service groups or whatever. Not asking for people to put in a pile of time, just, volunteer on a board here or work on a committee there or help out with your, whatever with the arena or, cutting grass or something. I don't know. We need to get people more involved in the community. I think that would be my thing.
With current amenities such as recreation facilities, hockey rink, pool, library, and the upcoming all-wheel park, do you feel the youth are being well served for amenities in town? If so, why? And if not, what would you like to see improved?
I think things have come a long way since I moved here in 79 or 78, sorry. And the growth of the community in the sports area and support for the youth has gone, like, I can't believe the stuff that we have for kids nowadays. We do so much more for our kids, which I think is great. And it gives parents a little more comfort knowing that there's lots of things for the kids to do instead of just sitting in front of the TV or whatever, hanging around with people. What we need to do is try and foster that, grow that, and try and use, like I said, the limited resources that we have to augment and get our youth involved in things. 4-H used to be big. I don't know how big it is anymore. It seems to be dying off through the Ag Society. I see some things that we don't used to do that we don't do anymore. And is it because of a lack of funding or is it a lack of help? I don't know. Still trying to find that out. Due to COVID, we can't have any meetings. It's always got to be online, so you can't get nothing done. So rather when you can sit down and talk to somebody face to face, it's a lot easier. That's the biggest thing that we've got to worry about. Our support structure's there. We just got to help it a little bit. I think, again, going back to volunteers, if we can get people involved, it'll take some of the pressure off the town and also give people a bit of sense of ownership in their community, I think. I mean, they're having an input into what goes on in the community through the various service clubs or whatever thing they want to be involved in. By all means, the more we can get people to help, I think the more people will buy into the system that we've got. It's there, we just got to use it better, I think.
Is there one point you would like to make that hasn't already been discussed?
I think the biggest thing is we need counselors that are willing to, for lack of a better word, go the extra mile. Again, because of limited finances and limited availabilities, and now with COVID being what it is again, you know, we've got to try and make do with what we've got as a group and on a limited basis, unfortunately, at this time period. I mean, we can't be with people, we can't, you know, everything's got to be online, which is very hard to run a community when all you can do is Facebook, for lack of a better word. We've got the community here. We just got to get people to, like I said, buy in and get into the program. You know, be approachable. As a counselor, you have to be approachable. People have to be able to get a hold of you if they have a concern. Like, I have no problem with people calling me. That's part of what I do in the oil field too. I get people constantly calling me, asking me for this or that or whatever. You know, that's part of the job. You have to be available to be reached and contacted. And you know, back in the day, you could probably go for a coffee and discuss something with somebody.
Thank you again for participating in this format. Before letting you go, do you have any closing remarks?
I don't want to be known as Adolph's son. I am his son. But I want to run on my things. I mean, Dad did a lot for this community. And I'm just would like to try and do as much as he did.